what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, and I got my good mate, Jamie Slays, slaying some metal for you. This time it's Square Hammer by Ghost. Without further ado, Jamie Slays, take it away. And real quick, subscribe to Jamie's channel in the link below. Check it out in the description. All right, Jamie, take it away, buddy.
Hey everyone, it's Jamie from the Jamie Slays YouTube channel here again today at Marty Schwartz's YouTube channel to teach you another metal riff lesson. Today we're going to go through Square Hammer by the band Ghost. Now this song is in D standard, so I've got my trusty Edwards with my Fishman pickups in D standard on a 6th string. I will be referencing all the strings as if they're in E standard, as you'll notice in the video, just because it's easier to say like A minor than it is to figure out what chord that actually is. It's quite a fun song actually. It's not very tricky. There's some cool melodies, there's some cool chords. There's 2 separate sections of 2 guitarists, but I only really go over one. There is a very fun solo which I will try my best to feature on my own channel because it's quite a long song if I add the solo in as well in this lesson. You should be able to play it if you're kind of novice beginner level, but you'd have to get a guitar in D standard. So I'd recommend strings of maybe 10 to 52 gauge and tune it down 1 whole step. Don't worry though, don't be afraid, I'll break it down slowly so you can figure out how to play it easily. So without further ado, here is Square Hammer by Ghost. We'll see you at the end and we'll talk about it some more. Here is riff 1 played at full speed. This is basically the intro of the song. Here is that same intro to that riff played slowly. So that one is a little bit tricky. It's played on the A string as the main string. This is in D standard, so I'll just use the standard references, so the 2nd string, and it starts on the 7th fret, then we go to 9, 10, so that's the main bit, and then the kind of secondary bit is the root notes that change underneath. So we go from 7, 9, 10 down to 8 on the low E or D string, whichever way we're looking at it, back to 9, 10, down again to 7, back up to 9, 10, then down to 10 beneath it, and then 10 again. So the reason why I said it was tricky is because it's quite narrow to fit your fingers in. So what I will do is this. So as you see, I move which finger I play the 10 on because it's quite close. So what I'm doing there is using my index and my ring finger to do the 9, 10, and my middle finger to do the 10 on the low string. It's up to you how you play it. You can always roll the strings, but sometimes you get a bit more of a messy sound if you do it that way. I tend to do it that way, otherwise you end up getting a... like if you use the same finger, they tend to blend together. So then we've got the next bit, which is essentially the verse. It goes like so. So play that slowly. This is the first verse. We start on the 7th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 5th fret. That repeats twice, but on the 2nd time is when you slide out, and then we go to essentially the same intro again. So I'll play it all in one go again as it is on the record, and you can hear how it's played. So again, those notes are 7 on the second string, 3 on the second string, 2 on the second string, 5 on the second string, palm muted, then the final time you do it, as I said, you slide out and you do that cool intro bit. Then in the next bit of the same verse, there's a slight variation, so I'll play that again at full speed. So, played slowly, like so. Then we go into the chorus of the song, which all of it kind of follows the same pattern, but in different variations. So this is using power chords and some cool slides like so. Here it is played slowly. So I'll just read out the chords. It's 7 and 9 with a 0 underneath, open note. Then you go down to 3 and 5 on the A string, slide from the 3 to the 8, 10, 12. So that's like, I think it's an add 7 chord, if my theory serves me rightly. One of those kind of chords. Then we go down to the 3 on the low string, up to the 5 on the A string, then 5, 7, 5. Then we play the whole thing again, and then the difference that time is you just play, you just kind of lift off. So I'll play the whole thing slowly as I've just broken down the chords, and then we'll go through it again. So the end is the biggest change. So what we have is 3rd fret power chord on the low D or /E, whichever we're labeling it, up to the 5, 7, 5. But you're resting on the 3 every time. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a power chord, because that's quite hard to play, as you see. You could just rest on the 3, like so. So played slowly, it goes. So again, 3rd fret, 5th fret on the 3rd string, 7th fret on the 3rd string, back to the 5th fret on the 3rd string, and the 5th fret on the 2nd string. And then what we've been playing previously, 5, 7, 5. So 5, 7 on the low string, 5 on the 2nd string. And that might be quite hard to stretch from, because it's quite a big stretch. But I tend to use my index on the 3, middle finger on the 5, and then pinky on the 7. You can do it this way as well. You can lift your finger kind of off and stretch, or you can held down. It's completely up to you. Then we sort of go back to that main verse section again. The only real difference I can see in that main section then was that the chord is 7/9/9 instead of 7/9, which it was previously. So again, it depends on how you want to play it. It can be diads or triads. And that bit that follows is not necessarily palm muted, but then goes to palm muted. Listen closely to the song to listen out for the changes, and that way you'll make sure that it's played correctly. Again, palm mutes and not palm mutes can vary depending on if you're playing it live or on a record and that kind of stuff. Then we go back to the chorus again. So repeat that section, which we had before. Big stretch, then the 3, then the 3, and the 7. Then we go back to the... That changes slightly. So in the previous section, it did this. Now it does this. So, because there's a slight change. So it goes into the solo, which we won't be covering the solo here, but I might do it on my channel because it seems to be fairly straightforward. Not necessarily easy, but straightforward. So I might be able to have a go. Starts off like... But yeah, that's the solo. So I'm just going to now skip to the bit behind the solo, and then that way we can figure out what's next. So the section the other guitarist plays just before the solo goes like so. Which is an open chord on the A string, which is the G obviously. So we have 0-2, then we have basically A minor, but because we're in D standard, it's not technically A minor, but it's easier to explain it that way. 0-2-3, then 4-5-5, so 4-5 on the third string, 5 on the second string, and then 4-7 on the third string, back down to the 5 on the second string. So the riff behind the solo is pretty cool. Also, something to note that this song has varying sections for the other guitarist, so listen out for those different changes in harmonies. If you've got any tabs on ultimate guitar or anything, that might help you as well, but I'm just covering one guitarist in this video. So the riff behind the solo goes like so. Quite a fun one to go underneath the solo. Here it is played slowly. So we've got open E chords, then 5, 2, and 5 type chords. So 3, 2, and 5 even. Let's try it slow. So here are the chords broken down. We start off on the open E again, even though we're in D, 0-2-2. Then we have 3 power chord, 2 power chord, 5 power chord on the A string. Then we have a cool slide. Then we go back again. Then we have that cool intro melody. Which harmonizes with the solo. Then we play the same thing again. But the difference this time is you hang on the 2nd fret rather than on the 5th. Then we do open A, 0, 2, 3, 3rd fret. They play it like this. Those are the same thing, but there's a pull off on the 2nd version. Same thing. So choose it whichever way you want to play it. Then we go back to the chorus, which is the... But, as you heard then, slightly differently because it's played with an open. I think one guitar plays this, other guitar plays this. They're technically like a harmony of each other. So I'll play it this way. So that's the chorus again. We repeat that section. Then we have the outro. So this is the last bit of the song. Just before the outro though, when we play this, but the 2nd guitar does this, which is quite cool. Only one guitar does that. It's 9, 7, but you play both notes. So 9 and 9, and 7 and 7 on the D and G string. Kind of like some bluesy, Kirk Hammett bluesy kind of stuff. You can do it with 2 fingers if you want, or you can just do it with 1 where you bar over both. Then we do the outro, which goes like so. And we end on some cool octave chords. So I'll just play that bit again, full speed. And now I'm going to play the outro at slower speed. Now I'll just break down the chords for you. We have open E, and I'm sure the other guitarist is playing 7 and 9. Strum that for a bit. But on the 7th bit, then the 8th bit comes in, we go straight to the 3-5 chord on the A string. So we ring out that into the 2nd bar. And then we do that kind of pull off. Down to the 3 on the low string, up to the 5 on the A string, so the final bit we play 5-7 on the 2nd and 3rd string, and then octave chords on the low string, 5-7, 3-5, 2-4. So what did you think? That was Square Hammer by the band Ghost. I've never really listened to Ghost, there's my admittance of the day, but I actually really enjoyed this song. I might even cover the entire song, maybe metal it up a bit, make it sound like what if Metallica covered it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it in D standard on my trusty Edwards guitar, in 1052 I've got on my guitar, so that's a good reference point if you want to tune to the same tuning. Let us know in the comment section below what you thought of this song. Do you want to see more Ghost songs? Do you want to see more kind of rock songs rather than metal songs? Let us know some suggestions in the comments. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next month for some awesome metal riff lessons. Bye everyone.
All right, that was another awesome lesson by Jamie Slays. Be sure to support Jamie at his own YouTube channel as well. Check the link in the description. Thank you, Jamie Slays. Also, Let Jamie and I know any metal, heavy metal you'd like to see on this channel done by Jamie. Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for supporting Marty Music. Hope to see you again. Take care.